Decentralization is the key to freeing humanity from governments and their money printing machine. In this way, cryptocurrencies can be the new global revolution. Every cryptocurrency wants to contribute to this revolution in some way. But in this channel, we look at one of the most special ones, named XRP. Hi guys, welcome back to Crypto Marker. We are here with another video about XRP. Gasparino bets Deaton on SEC win against Ripple. Fox Business senior correspondent Charles Gasparino has bet attorney John E. Deaton that the United States Securities and Exchange Commission would win in its case against Ripple. Gasparino expressed that the general sentiment is that the regulator would win the case in light of Sam Bankman-Fried's alleged fraud and the collapse of his crypto empire. According to Gasparino, in light of the recent collapse, it would be bad optics for a judge to be on what appears to be the side of crypto. I think the SEC is gonna win, and I tell you, it's gonna be a bad day for crypto, the Fox Business correspondent asserted. Deaton answered, okay, we can bet dinner on that. Both parties bet a steak dinner on the outcome of the extended legal battle. What a yummy bet. I wish I could bet Mr. Gasparino so that I would pig out on delicious steak. On the other hand, Deaton maintains that he expects the SEC to lose at summary judgment, but still he doesn't expect an outright win for Ripple. I think the SEC is going to lose, but that doesn't mean Ripple's going to get an outright win either. Recall that the attorney in a past analysis had asserted that the only victory the SEC would get in the Ripple case is that the blockchain payments company offered XRP as an unregistered security from 2013 to 2017, expecting the blockchain payments firm to pay a fine at most for this. Well, Deaton is not the only Ripple man who has expressed his optimism about the lawsuit these days. In a tweet on 8th March, Ripple Chief Executive Officer Brad Garlinghouse took a swipe at the United States Securities and Exchange Commission. Garlinghouse's tweet comes as the SEC has taken several hits in the courts this week. Responding to a summary of Judge Analisia Torres' latest ruling in the SEC case against Ripple, provided by Stuart Alderty, Ripple's general counsel, Garlinghouse wrote, "It's only Tuesday, but shaping up to be a not-so-great week for the SEC." As highlighted by the Ripple chief, the SEC has had a tough week in U.S. courts. For one, a U.S. bankruptcy court also overruled the agency's objection to Binance. U.S. bid for Voyager assets yesterday. In addition, judges appear to side with Grayscale in its appeal of the SEC's rejection of its spot Bitcoin exchange-traded fund application. As reported by Reuters, judges questioned why the same fraud protections were sufficient to approve futures-based ETFs, but insufficient to approve Grayscale spot ETF application. Previously, in a tweet on March 7th, Garlinghouse said that the industry needs to move forward together, adding that this can only happen through transparency and utility. He cited companies like FTX and Terra as examples of firms that shatter trust in crypto. However, Garlinghouse also pointed out that the industry is facing significant headwinds, with the Securities and Exchange Commission declaring war on crypto. He criticized SEC Chair Gary Gensler's call for firms to register, saying that there is no infrastructure in place for a registered token to trade and no clarity on what these tokens are. The Ripple boss also called on regulators to regulate the industry properly, saying that many other G20 countries are already building frameworks and setting guidance. He cited the EU's markets in crypto assets regulations as an example of what the US could do. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and watch our other videos to know more about XRP and Ripple.